Ni hao and hello there, Adventure Cats. Today we're going to be covering everything that you need to know about getting set up with your brand new Explorer ship. Yay! Before we get started though, two things. First of all, a big thank you to Murky from Vast Impact Gaming for making this guide possible. And number two, please, if you like these guides, remember to like, follow, and subscribe. Alright, let's get started. The first thing that we're going to need to talk about for your Explorer ship are the components themselves, because there are some components that come with the ship and some that are exclusively used for your Explorer ship. So if you take a look right here, we have the Quantum Dragon. If you look here, this is specifically for your beautiful and wonderful Explorer ship, so you're going to need to either buy this or craft it. So the next thing we're going to talk about is the spark detector itself. This is the weapon for your Explorer ship. You are going to have to, once again, either craft or buy this. Something else to be aware of with your spark detector is that if we look here, you see how it's got status and energy conduction. Those are the charges that use pulses that help you find the dungeon chips and materials that you were out exploring the universe to find. And this reload button, righty here, is the one that you're going to be using in conjunction with a battery pack in order to refill. Now, be aware that the battery pack has a charge of 25 that's going to put back in. So if the amount of charges that you have used up is less than 25, you will be wasting charges if you like to spam that reload button. Wait until it's 25 or less, and then give yourself a reload and go from there. The DYNE right here comes with your ship. This is not something that you have to build for it. It is just right there. It does, however, need to recharge, and it recharges over time. If you look here, there's a little countdown timer underneath the charges, and that tells you when the next time that your ship is going to be recharged. The only way right now to get around this is to buy another ship. And everything else you can just use, as long as the ship part says all ships, you're good. Now, one of the places that you can get the battery pack that you need to restock your gun is right here. You can go to any merchant and you can buy yourself a detection battery pack. However, this is not the best price. So over the auction house, you will discover that, hey, that's $2 less. All right, you see these little guys right here? Those are to help you find your jumps. For example, got one here, got one here, got one here, got there. And you see how the little arrows, depending on what direction I'm going, kind of move around. Next, you need to know, when it's solid like this, see how it's like it's not vibrating, nothing is happening? That means there's nothing that way. Nothing over there, so you point at the anomaly or a gate, and you're like, nope. Point at this gate, and you're like, wait a minute, what's that? It's shaking. That means something is that way. Dun 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 dun. We have arrived at the mobile refiner. Now you notice our vibrations have gone away, so we are going to check. Now, this is perfect, actually. Okay, so one of the things that can happen is you have a jump gate, right? But you also have a cluster. So we need to compare. Okay, so this says, or whatever the anomaly is 3,348.5 kilometers away. And Broken Sword, which is what we're pointing at right now, is 4.7. That does not match. They're not the same. Look again, we go, it's not the gate. But if I point at Frontier Stone Cluster, the distances match. That matches that. So that means this is the way we want to go. So we're going to select that. We have arrived at the cluster, and now we have a little notice here that says Anomaly Detected. Before we hit the button that is going to search for the anomaly for us, know that there are 4 possible colors of blips that we are going to get. There is a gray blip, there is a red blip, there is a yellow blip, and there is a blue blip. Depending on what color of blip we get, depends on how far we're going to go and how fast we're going to go. If it is gray, you are going to hit your shift and go into cruising speed, and you are going to count to 40 to 45 seconds in your head, depending on, how fast you count. Then you're going to hit the brakes, and then you're going to bap your weapon again and send out another scan. If it is red, we are going to instead do 28 30 seconds cruising speed. If it is yellow, we will do 11 to 12 seconds at cruising speed. And if it is blue, we will do 7 to 8 seconds at normal speed, just using the spacebar to get us where we need to go. We have now used a charge, and we've got, it's gray. Okay, so we're gonna line ourselves up with the little gray there. And remember, gray is 40 seconds. 39, 40. Hitting the brakes. We are going to now tap our weapon again. It is now yellow. And yellow, 11 to 12 seconds at cruising speed. And then blue, pay special attention over there at the bottom. That's right here. That little guy, when we get to 8, is going to be pretty much depleted. Alright, so moving forward, hitting our space bar. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. There we go, about halfway down. And aha! We have acquired a ceramic matrix! Yay! Because we didn't get a chip, it gives us another one. So this is kind of, okay, on the one hand, you're like, no, it's wasting my charges. But on the other hand, it's more stuff that you can craft with or sell. Once again, we are just letting it deplete our little guy there. Okay. Aha! There we go. And we've got the chip and a little bit extra. Now, sometimes there can be 5 or 6 of those in a string before you get to the actual chip. That is what you need to know in order to be able to successfully harvest yourself some delicious and wonderful chips. And those chips, they're for dungeons. I hope you found this guide helpful, and if you have any questions, make sure to put them in the comments. I will see you soon, TM, in the next guide. Meow meow.